Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the best place you can be. That's the NADPC. My name, are Cryptic. I'm here with Neff, of course, the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, the absolute goat of North America. How you doing, buddy?
Not to be mistaken with Arkosh Goat, but I'm doing pretty good. Excited to see E-Boys take this one home.
Yeah.
For North America, of course. Great job last season managing to stay in, despite the fact that they had that sixth place match, the tiebreaker with Byzantine Raiders. That one being decided through that last game, getting to stay in Division 2, and now playing against Arkosh, who landed in the middle of the pack. So you could say that Arkosh, they were looking a little bit better. They'd have the advantage here, but Electronic Boys, I think they're going to pull this one out. We are talking a lot last game about the power of friendship. That's these guys. Albino Zebra, Speed, Giant, Red 2, Double A. How can these guys fail?
I'm a big fan of these guys. I mean, I've followed a couple of them for a while, and I'm really happy to see them back in here for the DPC Season 2. Arkosh, like you said, did kind of just have a middle of the pack run in the DPC last season, so not much really to talk about there, but yeah, there was an amazing storyline that E-Boys had here to keep themselves in, and I can bet that they've been practicing. They're ready to go take on Division 2 once again here, and yeah, it should be an exciting series for sure. It is, I believe, our last series of today, but it should be I'm kind of hoping for a 3-gamer here. I'd love to see this one go the distance.
We'll see. It could just be a quick 2-0 for my boys, Electronic Boys. Shout out to Albino Zebra, by the way. Love that guy. Yeah, looks like we're about to jump in at this point. Just a moment behind schedule. Some of the Arkosh players not showing up quite on time as they do.
Yeah, I mean, would you expect anything less?
It looks like we might run into some lobby. I don't know. No, man, just connect to the game.
Let's not have deja vu. I have PTSD
dodge
from the other day.
there. Yeah, it's interesting though. Both these teams, both Arkosh, Electronic Boys and D2 Hustlers, despite playing towards the end of the week this week, they played pretty early on in the week going forward. Tomorrow we see Felt versus D2 Hustlers. Then the day after that on the 19th, it's Electronic Boys versus Picado Squad Gaming. So they got to play their games pretty back to back, which means not as much time to prepare for their next opponent after beating their current one, which is not ideal. I do like that about the DPC, though. You have a lot of time to prep for your next match and your next opponent. So you have time to practice some strategies you think might be good against the other team, do a little bit of research, and then take them down. It's like another level of strategy added onto it that, while it might not have the same level of excitement as a major teams that lands, there's a lot of preparation and thought that goes into who you're playing against that week for your one match that week in the DPC.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you on that one. That makes a really valid point. I know a lot of people are disappointed. They're not. They would love to be playing more Dota, right? I mean, a lot of the teams are like, we just want to play more Dota against each other, and we'll see. What happens coming year 2 of the DPC, what changes they may make. Obviously, they didn't really want to mix things up here in the middle of season 1 to season 2. That is not a first pick I would have expected, though.
I mean, we got speed, and who's got more speed than the Spirit Breaker?
True. I mean, he's probably gonna have more speed on Gyro once he gets hit by the oh my gosh, what is his AoE? Upheaval. Thank you.
Whew. You're welcome.
Big Warlock
change that one
player, as you can
around.
tell.
Yeah. You seem like I actually don't know what position you play. You support player?
Offlane and support, yeah. In comp, I typically play support.
You've got an offlane type personality.
Oh wow.
You know what position I play, right?
Yes.
Oh no, Ricky. I talk about the hero all the time. It's banned.
He's a 4 position player. Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I'm messing with you.
You're just messing with me. You'd never forget that.
Come on. Everyone knows the legend of the West Samurai.
Yeah. West Samurai Nev. But moving back to the heroes picked up now that you remembered, and I'm very happy. Warlock, Gyrocopter picked up afterwards. Warlock is an incredibly strong hero in this patch. I'm surprised Electronic Boys lit that one through. Are you familiar with the change to the shard?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter whether or not you're familiar. Let me tell everybody the change.
Yeah, just tell us.
Hit my microphone there. Change of the shard. Now, when you get the shard, you've got the AoE Shadow Word. All right. You combine that with the Holy Locket. You combine it with some other stuff. You've got such massive uptime on an AoE heal. It is so incredibly difficult to play against it. 4 Zoomers ended up running an incredible Warlock, and 4 of their tanky heroes was Tiny, Lone Druid, Ursa, and Dragonite, I believe, in one of their matches against Pentes.
And then they also ran it again with the Grimstroke.
Yeah, it's so strong, man. They just couldn't bring any of those heroes down. Electronic Boys, they're going to need some big damage dealers. Razor and Spirit Breaker, they're not going to cut it for these next couple of picks here. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to tear through Arkosh Gaming's lineup. We'll have to see. Gyrocopter is deceptively tanky as the game goes on. He ends up building a lot of stat items. He's got a lot of armor through his big agility growth rate. So they're going to need some solutions if they don't end this incredibly quickly. Razor is an interesting solution to Gyrocopter. If you build yourself movement speed, you are able to run him down and reduces damage pretty significantly. And also, Dragonite is a nice band here. Pretty nice against Gyrocopter, being able to spin him down and reduce a lot of that magic damage along with the shard. Speed has also played it quite a bit. He likes that hero. But yeah, Razor I'm not super crazy about here. He got nerfed as well. The duration of the static link debuff was nerfed at early levels. Was not as strong during the lane.
Yeah, I will say the Razor pick, the thing that I'm a little bit interesting about is I'm pretty sure Double plays this hero quite a bit, and he's the one who's played it for E-Boys in the past. And if I'm mistaken, Double is usually the offlane player here, correct?
Yes.
So
wait, no.
Wait.
It's a giant. You're thinking of
Giant?
giant.
Oh,
Giant's
I'm
the
thinking
offensive
giant.
player.
Sorry. Okay. That makes more sense.
A giant, big nature's prophet player. We've seen them a couple of times. We've been casting the games. But Giant just wins the game so quickly. It's easy to forget that.
Yeah, very valid point there. How do you feel about Razor like 1 versus 3, right? Because it is one of those things where you typically want to pick Razor as a counter to something specific, heroes like Lifestealer or Troll Warlord, and you pick it into a Gyrocopter who is incredibly mobile. So I think this is the part where I'm a little bit worried about this Razor being able to actually fight into these heroes.
Haven't you ever heard of Storm Surge? Razor's ability gives him extra movement speed, allows him to run down his gyrocopter.
No, I don't think I've ever. I might have fallen asleep when I was reading it once. Maybe that's what happened.
I see. An easy mistake to make. What it does, you see, is it provides bonus movement speed. That's it.
That's okay. That's pretty good.
That's all it does.
Isn't Razor's basement speed like 280 as well? Isn't he very slow?
Yeah, he's very slow, but he can speed up with Storm Surge.
Yes, of course.
Rather than having high movement speed, instead, I've just taken an ability away from him and then gave him regular hero's movement speed after you get the skill. Gyro Ranger now banned out. Nice. I would have liked to see a Gyro pick up here. You get the hypothermia with the Aghanim Shard now to reduce the healing from Warlock here. Be able to keep your distance from the Gyrocopter. They've limited a lot of options they have. The first 2 bans on the side of Arkosh in the second phase, the Juggernaut and the Lifestealer, both able to deal with the slow from Warlock, the heavy magic damage from the Gyro, and of course the Battery Assault and the kit here of the Clockwork. So they limited their options there. That would be cool. What if they got Sniper against Gyro? You could just build Egg Shard now and get out of Power Cogs. It pushes you back 450 range.
Neff, that sounds terrible.
It sounds hilarious. It makes such a satisfying sound as well.
It does.
It's not good, but it is very fun to watch.
Okay, you know what? I'm with you. What if they do it? What if?
Make it happen, E-Boys.
E-Boys, give us what the people want. This core sniper that will just get ran over by whatever mid lane they pick, but it'll be fine.
Yeah, Abaddon. That's a much smarter choice. You can heal people up. You've got the shield now to get the stun off of the Gyro Rocket. Abaddon got a little bit of a buff as well. Aphotic Shield cast points is a little bit higher, so it's that much faster to get a stun off of one of your allies.
10 seconds.
Also makes it easier for, of course, him to get out of the upheaval. You just immediately purge slow as soon as you walk out, rather than it lasting a full 3 seconds after you walk out. Yeah. I forgot to finish the thought about Juggernaut and Lifestealer though. Arkosh probably thought they would have picked one of those 2 heroes up, given that they picked up the counter to it themselves in the form of Razor. It's probably going to be Giant on this Razor.
Yeah, that would make most sense. We've got the Leshrac picked up here. Now, this is something both Canis Vulpes and Pale Horse play. Based on the draft so far, though, it would make most sense. We're going to be seeing the safe lane Gyro. And then Canis Vulpes will be on the mid lane Leshrac here. You could take it on Gremlo, actually. We've seen Gremlo take Leshrac a few times into the off lane.
Mm-hmm.
So it is at least flexible. So it is still hiding their last pick a little bit. We have another series of bans here. The Morphling, though. What do you think about this? Because this is Red 2's hero, right? Or is this ABZ's?
The Morphling?
Yeah.
That's speed, isn't it?
Is it speed? Holy crap. Am I way off today? I'm way off today.
Speed plays position 1.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if... Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. I wasn't sure if they were playing this mid lane, though.
Yeah, they might, but it's more of a speed hero. Very farm heavy. So even if they play the mid lane, it'll probably be speed on it. We'll see if they put Red 2 on it, though. I don't know about that one.
It is Radiance.
Not quite Red 2 style. Get rid of the OD next here. And that's a hero I forgot existed.
Yeah, absolutely. Invoker ban, that one's pretty good. So most likely mid lane Leshrac.
looking like it. It's not really a Grumlow style of hero. Grumlow avoids confrontation, so he likes things like Nature's Prophet, Venomancer.
Yeah, it was like the Venomancer, right?
Yeah, exactly. But they're not concerned about Grumlow. Not a single Grumlow targeted ban here from Electronic Boys. Even though Grumlow's on the banners, this is the Arkosh trying to bait them out. Remind you of Grumlow's presence.
10 seconds.
Yeah, he's like, hey, by the way, this guy,
He's on the team.
yeah, he's always here, no matter what. He's always watching.
The collar he's wearing.
Yeah,
So they can
that's
keep him chained up.
yeah,
to his
that's what he's
computer.
chained to his desk with. Yeah,
Yeah. And then you say he eats things like boiled boots.
yeah. Boiled
and,
shoes are about I think his favorite meal.
So I imagine they probably keep the boots a good distance away from. They don't wear shoes when they're on the computer, otherwise you try to nibble on them.
Yeah, I imagine they
Something
just
like
leave
that.
him at the front door. There's a little bit of a little bit of classiness there to the Arkosh house.
Either that, or they keep Grumlow in a separate room. Yeah.
That would be a good answer, actually. That'd
Yeah.
make a lot more sense. I would do that.
Mhm.
Much like Jerry. Jerry's always in his own room.
Yeah. It's on one hand, it's good to have your production guy there so he can hear you communicate with him. On the other hand, the smell. of
Yeah,
Jerry.
too much. Too much to deal with. Final
All
ban
right,
here.
last-
What do you think?
They banned out Invoker.
Radiant
I'm still worried about them
choose.
slowing down the game. They get rid of Void Spirit as well. So another hero with a lot of catch. Other Spirit heroes are still in the pool. They have Ember and Storm still available. They could just take themselves an Ember Spirit here, but then
10 seconds.
actually Storm's not bad. I'm not sure that's
5 seconds.
Red 2's thing though. I wouldn't mind to see a Storm Spirit here.
Storm
You have
Spirit is a
decent
pretty solid
catch.
pick. Yeah.
You have decent catch. You can deal with all these enemy team stun. The main thing that you're worried about is like this hook shot and the split